Hey guys, it's Bianca Sophia. So this one's going to be very cool. I was shown one of my many children that I have apparently with Mikhaylel. Here you go. Enjoy. Hey guys, it's Bianca Sophia. I just woke up from a nap, and it was interesting. I did my scripting and my shielding. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it scripting from now on. I guess they thought I was strong enough to see the stuff now. So as I'm building my shield, Mikhaylel walks out, and he's holding this blonde-haired, blue-eyed little baby. Not even a baby anymore. It's like 2 years old. I would say 2 years old, I think. And he wasn't trying to hide him anymore. You know, he's just standing right in front of me, like. And I was like, I was trying to shield, right? And like Mikhaylel's like pointing to my shield as I'm building it, and he's the little boy is watching me, and he's like pointing at like, like it's cool, right? Like that I'm building this shield or whatever. And I was like, what is going on? This is crazy, right? And I fit, it was right at the end, you know. And I was like, and you know, so when I'm saying we said, he said, she said, like we use telepathy, right? So I was like, sometimes I'll speak out loud too. It depends. But anyways, I was like, whose baby is this? And he's like, you already know. I'm like, so this is my child. He's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. What is going on here, right? He's like, this is another life that you're living right now. He's like, and you gave me the okay to show your son to you, like, because I'm living in that life too right now, right? And I was like, he's like, but it's a lot more complex and intricate than you could ever imagine. I'm like, so what did I do? A 20 and back or something? He's like, we both did. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I'm like, he looks just like you. He looks like blonde hair, blue eyes, right? I'm like, he looks just like you. He's like, no, and he looks just like you too. And I was like, remember, he's like, when we when we were put back in time and age regressed 20 years, well, we also were able to manifest ourselves looking differently, right? But that was for our own protection. They made us look completely different. Not completely different, but especially me. Like, we don't look like we do there or something, right? He's like, that was done for your protection, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is getting really intense. This is getting really, like, this is crazy. This is nuts, right? And I was like, so I'm like, so we're both there, but we're also here too. He says, yes. I'm like, so we're happy there and we're miserable here, basically, right? He's like, it's like, well, he's like, you know, that's all, it's all in you, it's all you. That's, he's like, he's trying to like put, you know, he's saying that you're miserable only because you are miserable, because you know, but you're learning, you know. I'm not miserable anymore, you know, but it's like, I have days where I feel like that, but it's like, I'm working on that, right? Because remember, we create our reality through our thoughts. So if I put misery out, I'm going to get misery back, right? So I wouldn't say I'm miserable here, you know. It's like a heavy duty, like I'm being tested all the time, right? And I understand that, like, you know, if I put negative energy out, that's what I'm going to get back, right? I get it. And I get it that we had contracts and we are timeline fixers and angels and all this stuff. So it's like we're doing all this stuff at the same time. And he said that the Seraphim, it's a little bit different when it comes to the SSP stuff. Like, we're able to, like, sometimes, usually they're only allowed to go back like twice or something, like the regular humans, but we can do it over and over and over and be fine. And we don't need technology to do it, to be regressed. Like, we can just do it. Like, I don't know how it works, you guys. I don't know that part. I don't know the details of that part. I was like, how does this little boy recognize me if I look different? Because he's like, I love you, mommy. I fucking lost it, right? And I was like, hi, I love you too. And even though I didn't know this child, it's like I do. At the same time, I could feel that I knew this child, right? And I got really emotional. I was like, how does he know, like, I'm his mother? Like, I don't look anything like I do there, right? he's like, oh, he has, he's telepathic, and he's psychic, and can feel your soul. He doesn't, it's very different from you, from where you're at, right? I'm like, okay, wow, right? So he could recognize me. I don't remember what happened, because at that point I was like laid back. Had to lay back because he was calling for me, but like it's like I couldn't go to him, so it's like my younger self went and came into the room, and I like laid down. I was like, okay, this is too much. This is weird. Like, and I was like, damn it. And now I'm thinking I should have looked at myself to see how young I was, right? Because then I could have known how far into the 20 years is this, right? But then Michael was like, you don't even know if it's 20 years. Like, and he's like, but it might be. I don't know. I can't tell you that. Like, he's trying to trick me, right? He's like, because I'm not, I don't know. He's like giving me hints, like maybe I can figure it out. I don't fucking know, you guys. I don't know. So I was like, so I'm like, well, what's going to happen when we both leave? That we're going to leave our children to come back? You know what I mean? Like, he's like, no, that's when the ascension happens. And I was like, oh my God. What? So like, apparently, like when we left that life to come back here to be, 20, to go 20 years in reverse and go back in time 20 years. So apparently, I was like, because when you do these 20 backs, they have to eventually leave that time space to go back and, back in time and to, so I was like, what would it, we both just left our children, and he's like, no, that's when we ascend. That's when you'll ascend. So you'll be back like you never left there either. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to figure out when this was, because then I'll know exactly when me and my twin ascend, right? And I don't know why, but I was thinking back to moments in my life where time, where it felt like time stopped, right? And remember that that story I told you guys about when I overdosed, right? And it's like time stopped. I couldn't hear anything. There was no noises. There was no sounds. And I was able to, like, manifested myself back. And I was like wondering if, I don't know why. I was like, I wonder how long ago that was. I was very curious how long ago that was, right? I don't know what made me type 2025. It's just the number I got, right? And then minus 20 was 2005. And I was like, 2005, like, and I was like, oh my God, I think that's the year that I did overdose, like when I died, right? When I thought I died, but I was able to remember. I told you that story. So I was like, what in the hell? This is crazy, right? I'm like, what? And I kept asking myself, why is it 2025? Why did I just, and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, what if that's the year, right? What if that is the year that we're going to ascend, right? So this is just like, wow. I'm like, okay, wow. This is nuts. He's like, and I'm like, so, we're clearly married there, right? And, it's like, it's now starting to make sense. Like all the things, there's like all the, it's just start, it's, this is just crazy though. It's like, wow. Oh my gosh. He's like, yes, we didn't want to have to go back again, but we we're angels. That's what we do. We help. We're helping humanity. We're helping Earth, right? We're fixing these timelines that need to be fixed. We're collapsing these timelines that are evil that need to be collapsed. We are healing, these bloodlines that need to be healed as well. And so it's like, that's why like the divine had to step in, or literally step in, to make things go a certain way. They literally, like, I guess they took our free will away in a way, because it's not even our free will. We are angels, so we don't have free will. We work for the fucking creator. You know what I mean? This is nuts. This is nuts. It's mind-blowing. 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 I'm going to say it again. Mind-blowing. So apparently, when we ascend, me and my twin, And I still don't know what twin this is. I mean, I have a feeling which one. I don't know. So like, when we ascend in 2025, it could be it could be like way later than, I don't know. This is just a number that I got. I could be way off though, right? Because he said it might be more than 20 years that we are, went back. I don't know. But we keep going back and back. I mean, and I was like, I'm like, is there no, this is over. I hope there's no more of this. He's like, yeah, you're finally in the last, you're in the end game now. Thank God, right? You're in the end, the last leg of the race here. Here in the end. But he said, we've both, and all our brothers and sisters have been doing this work for millions of years in regards to Earth time. Millions of years we've been doing this. And not only that, we're doing it simultaneously. Like, we'll go from life to life to life, and then we'll also go back in time and keep going back in time and going back in time. And it's fucking nuts. And I was like, I said, how many lives could we be living at once? He's like, you don't even want to know. He's like, I'm not going to tell you that because your human mind couldn't understand that. He's like, we and our brothers and sisters are of very high dimension. Like all the way into the future, like the multiverse type future. Like there's, we're living many lives, right? We were, apparently. That's finally stopping. Like, we're not going to have to live like a billion lives at once. You know what I mean? Oh man, this is just crazy. So interesting. And I've been having a lot of dreams lately, dreams, where I'm in class. Like, it's so weird. And the same people are in these dreams. The same two guys are in all the dreams. And someone new showed up in the dreams, which I saw her with wings before, but I didn't know for sure. Larissa. You guys know some of you know who Larissa is. She was, she showed up. So she's in one of the classes, so she's definitely in the SSP as well, which I'm not surprised at all. Because she showed up in 2 different dreams when we were in class. I don't know what the class was or what was going on in that class, but I feel like it was an overlay, right? They're not going to show you the real class, but they're going to show you a fake class while you're probably in a real class. Or, they're showing me that we had classes together in regards to, maybe it was an angelic thing, who knows. It was really weird though, it was really weird. It was weird because there was drama going on in this school, whatever the hell this was. So I don't know, it must have been the SSP, or it might have even been another life, right, altogether. I don't know, it's weird, I was in class, we were in these classes. And it's we were living at this school because there's beds and stuff there, we were sleeping there. I don't know, it was weird. But there was also ego in this stuff though. There was it was very high school, right? But it was we were living there, but it was there was drama going on, right? Stupid fucking high school drama. So I don't know what that was. Maybe it was just they were showing me, like I said, an overlay so I could understand that it was a school, but maybe, I don't know, maybe there wasn't ego. I don't know, I don't fucking know. It was weird. But the last 5 dreams in a row I've had are all, I'm in class, right? Or maybe they were just showing me the people that are in class right now. We are literally in class right now. Here in this place, we're trying to master our ego, right? We're trying to master our ego in this place that we're in here, in this time space, right? While doing all this other work at the same time. And it's I'm thinking, how do they know exactly when we're going to send? They have it, I thought this was the first time it was ever going to happen, so how do they know the exact date, right? But I guess the angels would know, right? The Seraphim, because they are right with the Creator. Which is, I don't know. Because I'm like, one day our kids' parents are just going to disappear, you know? He's like, no, 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 no. He's like, that's when you'll ascend and you'll be back home. I'm like, okay, wow. I was like shocked that this even happened. Like he showed me this child. He's saying that little baby boy he wasn't a baby. He was talking and he looked very tired. Like he was laying on Mikhaylel's like chest, like he needed a nap, right? I was like wanted to tell myself to put that child down for a nap, you know. He was really tall too. I thought that was interesting. He was really big for a really young kid like that. That's one thing I could see. He was really tall, a really big child. And do angels even have babies? Like I said, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's all weird. I don't get it. Yeah, but when he was like, I love you, mommy, I lost it. I lost it. I was like, okay, what is this? And I was like, am I seeing through something I shouldn't be seeing? I was like, am I not allowed to be seeing this? But then no, he just stood there with a child in his arms, right? And I was like, is this an accident? He's like, no. He's like, you allowed this to happen. And usually, you know, myself is like, not letting me see anything or hear anything, but I guess things are changing now. I don't know how or why. Well, maybe because I have surrendered more to the Creator and to all of this. I've been working hard on myself, right? On my darkness and on trying to be a better human, so I can get out of here, right? And it's weird. It's like I like a couple months back. If that would happen, I probably would have lost it, right? Like that video that I made where I was like crying and, you know, like I was, I'm okay. Like I'm okay. So it's crazy how it's like they know my state of mind, right? So, like I said, I don't even know if it's 20 years. It could be more than 20 years, you know, but that's usually what it is. And they usually, like I said, they were trying, you know, infiltrating the dark. They would follow along the same rules as them, right? So it would be 20. So, I don't know. He's saying like this is one of our angelic lives. So I don't know. It's weird. It's very interesting though, isn't it? So let's go with the like it's a 20 and back, right? So we were taken from our lives here and went to wherever the hell we went to do this life, other angelic life, SSP life. I don't even know like what was the point of that, you know? Maybe to give us a break or something. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. So we lived those years. We lived those 20 years, and obviously we had babies, kids, and then we go back in time 20 years to before they were even born, right? Before that child was even born, right? And they changed the way we looked. And then we live these lives, and eventually, like I said, we're gonna there's gonna be two of you simultaneously living because you're living that life and this life at the same time. So you're having babies in both these different timelines. So then they put you back in the same place they left you. When you go back 20 years, they put you back in the same place, I guess. And then so when that 20 years is up here, when like there up, but here, like when we left to come back here, like those, like I said, those children, it's like our kids, just their parents leave. And I said, well, like, that doesn't sound right. They're just going to lose their parents, I'm sorry I'm repeating the same thing over and over, but this is just wild to me. And he says, no, that's when you're going to ascend. Our children will never be without their parents, right? Because we're there and we're here at the same time. This is just wild. Wild. And it's like, apparently, the versions of us that are living that life are, since they're angelic, and they have these powers and abilities, and they've been visiting us and spending time with us, ourselves here, right? Because they can do multiple things, so they can be together there, but they can also come here and help us grow here and help us remember in this time space. Like Michael is always with me here, but he's also with me there, right? And apparently my version of myself there, I guess Faith, is always with, him in this time space. Helping him remember, I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm sure I'm going to find out. But he's like, there's a reason why you're separated. You're not allowed to, it's not allowed. So, not yet anyway. Because we have contracts with other people we have to finalize first and complete. It's fucking mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. That's an understatement, right? And now I understand why Mikhaylel led me to all this SSP stuff, right? To help me remember, right? Especially with the story with Daryl. Remember how he went to Decca and he had all these children, right? And it's like, remember when he first went back, those children weren't even a thought yet. They weren't even born yet. So as he's going through those 20 years in this time space, towards the end of those 20 years, those children were just being born, right? And he was having flashbacks of these children. He's like, oh yeah, I had kids on this planet. And so that's what's happening to me now, right? Oh man, it's crazy. But it's different. They're not allowed to be in contact, I guess. I don't know, maybe they are. Maybe he just doesn't, he isn't consciously aware of it. And it's a little bit different. That was, that's the Palladians, and that's to get to this is different because we are the angelic family, right? I mean, all humans are angels, but this is, I guess, different. He's saying this is different. This is, we are Seraphim, and we are, like you said, those super archangels or whatever, the ones at the top that are the guardians of the whole multiverse. Which is just crazy. Like, this is just crazy, all of it. But I guess it's not crazy, right? But to us, it seems like it is. Because we've been programmed and manipulated for so long, indoctrinated, that none of that's true. And, we were programmed like this life after life after life after life. So when you find out that this is all bullshit, and that stuff is actually the real stuff, it's a little mind-blowing. See, right now, Mikhaylel, he just walked up behind me and he's hugging me right now. Like, this is just crazy. Oh, man. So he just put his wings out, and he's like, he's covering me with his wings, Like, he's hugging me from behind, but he's putting his wings out to cover me completely. So I'm like in this ball, like he's the back of the ball, and the wings he's putting out and covering me, like shielding me with his wings in the front part of me. What? He just says, your wings are coming in nicely, and I'm like, okay. Wow. This is such a trip. All right, guys, that's all I've got for now. Listen, if you click on my playlists tab on my channel, it'll bring you to a bunch of playlists that are really, really, it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Very informative. And remember, knowledge is power, and this is the real knowledge. This is the real stuff. So check it out. You'll learn a lot about the all. Well, I love you guys. Shields up, swords up. Let's get it.